Taurus, this is going to be for the sign of Taurus, sun, moon, or rising, or Venus. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is going to be for the month of May. Happy birthday, Taurus. I'm super excited to do your reading because I myself am a Taurus sun and Venus. So I'm excited to see what we have going on for the month of May. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can go to my website at soulwhisperinghealer.com. And you can also check me out on Instagram, which is soul_whispering_healer. So as I said, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Some cards already fell out. This is a pretty exciting time for Taurus. The last few years have been really difficult. A lot of transitions, and I feel like finding our space in this world and really discovering who we are, who's for us, who's not, and how to be for ourselves. Okay. I'm going to use two different decks. You know what? Three, actually. Okay. So, Taurus, what are your messages for the month of May? I am going to start out with the Otter Spirit. You are never alone. So sometimes different things and different transitions happen in our life, and they can make us feel lonely, especially when we have to let go of certain people in our life or certain situations. It could be job, family member, anything that no longer serves you. And I feel like in the last few months, in the last year, Taurus has realized that a lot of things had to change and a lot of people had to go, and people that we thought that would never leave our side, we had to actually let go. And one thing that's really difficult for Taurus is change. And so change has been constant, especially with the planet of Uranus in Taurus, ready to shake things up. Change is inevitable. So Spirit wants to remind you that you're never alone. And if you see in this card, there are two otters, and it kind of looks like one at first, but you have everything you need. I feel like this is signifying that, you know, these are both you. You know, you can give yourself love, you can give yourself affection, but also you're never alone, meaning if you need help, call on your angels, call on Spirit. Sometimes we forget and we just think we have to rely on ourselves. And sometimes we, you know, as a Taurus, you get into a stubborn place, or you just feel like you always have to figure it out. No, call on Spirit, call on your angels, your ancestors, and ask for help, because you're never alone and help is always right there. The next card I want to get into is the Groundhog Spirit. Time to let go. So I feel like this card really brings about a transition of letting go of things that no longer serve your highest good. Letting go of a particular outcome as well. Sometimes we fixate on things end relationships or our life having to go a certain way that we don't realize we're blocking our manifestations. That you're not realizing, okay, I want this, but it has to be this way, it has to be that way. Well, that's just not how it goes sometimes, you know? And sometimes we're not being specific or not enough in our, when we're trying to manifest. So I feel like this has more to do with, it could be time to let go of certain relationships, but I do feel like it's more time to let go of things having to work out a particular way. You know, what if you allowed yourself to be happy? What if you gave up the illusion of control and you let go and you surrendered and you allowed things to come in? We get so used to our suffering sometimes that we forget to allow ourselves to be happy. We forget to give ourselves permission to be happy. So it's time to let go of the pain and the suffering and to remind yourself that you're never alone. Give up the illusion of control in a particular outcome, and you know, great things will come. The next card I want to get into is the Deer Spirit. Bring a gentle touch. I feel like this is more so with you. You know, I did a video recently on self-love, and you guys can check it out. And self-love being the antidote to your soul. Taurus has a tendency of being old reliable to everybody but themselves. It's time to pour back into you and bring a gentle touch to yourself. How can you be gentle with yourself? How can you be old reliable with you? Next card I want to get into is Astral Travel. Vital force, information, dream time, soul travel. So for the month of May, and I feel like a lot of you may have been experiencing it now, you're going to be having a lot of dreams. And when you're dreaming, you are traveling, you know, you're astral traveling. And you can also do certain meditations to bring you closer to spirit and to also astral travel. But I feel like this has a lot to do with your dreams, and you're going to be standing in your power more with your gifts and realizing that you have had everything you've needed this whole time. I also feel like the information part, you're going to be experiencing a lot of downloads and being able to step into your creativity more and more. And which makes so much sense because the next card is past life, gifts, and review. So I do feel like this has something to do with a relationship possibly as well. And I sense, like, I feel like the birth of something new is coming. Some Taurus may be giving birth to a child, and if you are, congratulations. But, and this child and you are connected. This child is from a past life. This child is a soul that you've already known before. So you're going to be really connected to this child. I also feel that once again, you know, from your Akashic records. So your Akashic records, or when you go through a spiritual awakening, you start to realize things and you gain a wisdom you didn't know existed, because the conditioning and the healing you go through to heal the subconscious mind, you start remembering who you are. So I feel like a lot of Taurus are going to be stepping into a higher knowing of self and a higher knowing of different things around you. And you also may be going through a review of the relationships in your life and why they didn't work out and why they weren't supposed to. So I definitely feel like this is a big spiritual month, a big month of growth and abundance for your soul. And when you're abundant and you feel abundant, you can manifest and create abundance on a whole new level, Taurus. The next card you got is Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. This is like amazing. So so the so the card, the Anna, grandmother of Jesus, she's kind of like, she kind of plays the background a lot. She's very quiet. She doesn't have to speak a lot. She doesn't have to have her voice heard a bunch, you know. It's more so about that inner knowing. And you're stepping into a place of where you've really laid the foundation, but you're going to be laying the foundation for future generations, for a higher level of understanding, the bond that you have with the universe, and the bond that you've actually always had with your own soul. You just forgot, and you're stepping into more of your divine plan. And when you release and you let go, time to let go of the illusion of has to be this way, has to be that way, you know, the illusion of control, you can step more into your divine plan and know that, you know, you're never alone. You know, you always have help. You always have help, and you always have guidance. And if you need help, just ask for it. I want to pull, as to end this, a card from the Secret Love Languages of Color deck. I'm really excited about this reading. And you got the rainbow. Connect to spirit and nature. That's one of my best ways to connect to spirit and to feel so close to the universe. Connecting in nature has actually helped me heal so much. So get in nature when you can, by yourself, ground yourself, walk barefoot in the soil. Mother Earth is our first mother. The trees stand tall and strong to help us breathe. You know, connect to nature. Take some deep breaths, and you'll feel more connected to spirit. And maybe that's also going to help you figure out your divine plan. So I hope this reading was helpful, Taurus. I'm super excited for the month of May, and I'll talk to you guys soon.